Hello Manchester United fans. Welcome again. How former player Paul Pogba derailed Manchester United's transfer plans in ongoing window. New Juventus loan recruit Randall Kolo Muani recently spoke on how Paul Pogba inspired him to join the touring club in Italy, which eventually derailed the former's chances of joining Manchester United. Kolo Muani was linked with United in 2023 and also in the ongoing January transfer window. France forward Randall Kolo Muani is someone who was linked with a move to Manchester United in 2023. At that time, Kolo Muani was with German outfit Eintracht Frankfurt, and he eventually joined French giants Paris Saint-Germain in a deal that was worth £88 million. In the ongoing January transfer window, Kolo Muani was once again linked with United as they looked to boost their attacking strengths. However, he ultimately moved to Juventus on a loan deal that is worth £834,000 till the end of the 2024-25 season. Additional costs will take that to £2.1 million. According to Kolo Muani, former United and Juventus player Paul Pogba had a role to play in him moving to Juventus. Kolo Muani reveals Pogba's role in joining Juventus over Manchester United. "I'm happy to have arrived at a legendary club. I'm proud to wear this shirt and play for these fans," he told tutomercatoweb.com. Among the many French players who have written the history of Juventus, I can't help but mention Zinedine Zidane, but also David Trezeguet. Coming to more recent times, I would say Paul Pogba and obviously Kefren Thuram, who is doing very well here, he added. Pogba himself was representing Juventus during the drugs ban after he tested positive for dehydroepiandrosterone, DHEA. He was suspended from playing football for 4 years, but in October last year, that ban was reduced to 18 months, meaning that he can resume playing football in March. Pogba has also had 2 spells with Manchester United, during which the Red Devils won the UEFA Europa League 2016-17 and the EFL Cup 2016-17. Kolo Muani could make the loan signing permanent in the summer and revealed that Juve manager Thiago Motta encouraged him to join the club. "I had a long chat with the manager, Thiago Motta. He told me about his playing ideas and convinced me to sign. I can't wait to start training and get on the pitch. Playing is enough for me. I'll do it wherever the coach asks me," he said. The 26-year-old stated that he would play in the center-forward role had he been given a choice. "If I really have to choose, I'll say center-forward because I think it's the role where I can express myself best. I know that Serie A is a very difficult championship, where I think I'll like to test myself," he said. Man Utd's best sale decisions as Alejandro Garnacho transfer stance divides opinion. Sir Jim Ratcliffe is set on removing Manchester United's reputation as poor sellers, and he has a few examples from years gone by to point to and potentially follow. Manchester United's Europa League victory over Rangers on Thursday night reignited the debate over the future of Alejandro Garnacho. Ruben Amorim started the Argentine against the Glasgow side, despite interest from Napoli and Chelsea during the current transfer window. Garnacho didn't get on the scoresheet, but he was a lively presence during the nervy win at Old Trafford. Sir Jim Ratcliffe has made the entire side available for sale at the right price, and Garnacho is among those to attract interest. While some understand the motivation behind cashing in, with funds needed for January reinforcements, others believe a first-team star who made his United debut as a teenager should be off-limits. Ratcliffe is keen to change the perception that United are poor sellers, and an exit for Garnacho would be a gamble on that front. However, it hasn't always been poor judgment as far as the Red Devils are concerned. If Garnacho leaves and thrives elsewhere, as we've seen with Scott McTominay at Napoli this season, it would be another addition to the poor sales column. The upside, though, is potentially getting upwards of £50 million for a player who will never be worth more than that. Plenty of past sales have fallen into 2 categories: big money departures who have thrived at their next club, Romelu Lukaku, Cristiano Ronaldo, or big hits on players who cost United substantially more, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Angel Di Maria. There have been some good calls amid bad, though, and Mirror Football has picked out some of those exceptions. Daniel James. Do Manchester United need to get better at selling? Have your say in the comments section. When James scored on his Premier League debut for United, there were hopes he might go a long way at Old Trafford. He ended up with 9 goals and 9 assists in his 2 seasons, Not the worst return for a young player still finding his feet, but a £25 million bid from Leeds was hard to turn down. The Welsh international had just 1 year in Leeds' first team before being sent on loan to Fulham for a year, incidentally, a season in which his parent club was relegated. He has provided a better return in the Championship, but there's little to suggest United made a mistake of any kind. Morgan Schneiderlin. Schneiderlin set United back a not inconsiderable sum when Louis van Gaal brought him in from Southampton in 2014. He had been linked for a number of years, but the arrival of Jose Mourinho meant his Old Trafford spell would be a brief one. Luckily for United, Everton were waiting with a £20 million bid. A small financial hit on the £25 million signing, but still a welcome sum for a player deemed surplus to requirements. After a difficult few years at Goodison Park. The French internal. Why Manchester United are so eager to sign Ayden Heaven from Arsenal. Manchester United are said to be in pole position to sign Ayden Heaven from Premier League rivals Arsenal. Fabrizio Romano reported this week that Heaven was at Old Trafford on Thursday night for their 2-1 Europa League win over Rangers. In December, TBR football chief correspondent Graham Bailey confirmed that Arsenal have so far failed to convince Heaven to sign his first professional deal. The defender was offered another deal by Arsenal when he turned 18 in September, but that has also gone unsigned to this point. As well as Manchester United, the likes of Chelsea, Liverpool, Manchester City and Newcastle United are all showing an active interest in the England youth international. Now, Romano has explained in detail why Man United are so keen to bring Heaven to Old Trafford. Manchester United see Ayden Heaven as a top player for the future. Romano, speaking on his YouTube channel, reported that Man United see players like Heaven as crucial to their rebuild. He reiterated that the Red Devils are leading the race for the Arsenal talent, though the likes of Barcelona and Eintracht Frankfurt are also in the picture. Manchester United want to hijack this new deal for the player and bring Ayden Heaven to Old Trafford, Romano said on his YouTube channel. They believe at Manchester United that he's a top player for the future. They're building a lot for the future. Remember what they did with Seko Kone. Remember what they did with Cheeto Obi Martin and more players for present and future. So Man United want to obviously do investments for the first team, but also for the academy, for the future of the club and for players who can already be part of the first team view in few years. They believe that this is absolutely crucial to rebuild the Manchester United future. The project and so important contacts ongoing with Manchester United seen as leading the race for Ayden Heaven. What has been said about Ayden Heaven? Heaven is already in the first team picture at Arsenal and has already made his Gunners debut, featuring in the Carabao Cup win over Preston. Arsenal youth team expert George Bird has described the 18-year-old as a highly rated centre-back and said his overall performances are often of a very high standard. Bird added, Heaven is composed in possession and reads the game very well, while he relishes bringing the ball out from the back when the opportunity arises. Heaven featured in a pre-season game against Manchester United, where he bounced back after an error which saw Rasmus Højlund get the better of him. Speaking to the Arsenal media team about Heaven's response, Mikel Arteta said, very impressive. At 17, I don't know how many players are able to do that on a stage like this. He's lost a duel against one of the strongest and fastest players in the world. It can happen. But the reaction afterwards, the composure, the quality, Liverpool have ideal left-back signing, but Man United's £16 million clause is a worry. Liverpool could benefit from strengthening at left-back. Liverpool may be weighing up signing a new left-back before the February 3rd transfer deadline and could have the ideal target in a former Manchester United star. Andy Robertson has shown signs of declining, while Kostas Tsimikas has failed to win a regular place during his 5 years at Anfield. Arne Slot is yet to enter the transfer market this month. Even during the summer, Liverpool's only signing was Federico Chiesa, while a deal to acquire Georgi Mamardashvili from Valencia at the end of the season was also completed. Liverpool's boss has placed his trust in the players he inherited from Jurgen Klopp, and for good reason. The Reds are 6 points clear at the top of the Premier League and have a game in hand over second-placed Arsenal. But there remains a theory that Liverpool's squad could be even stronger than it already is. That is especially the case at left-back. Former United prospect Alvaro Carreras would be an excellent addition. Last summer, The 21-year-old ended a couple of frustrating years attempting to win a place in United's first team by completing a permanent switch to Benfica. Carreras is similar to Prime Robertson, who was just as much of an attacking threat as he was excellent in Liverpool's defensive third. But the Scots' powers have waned, his physical levels appear to have declined, and Liverpool could benefit from strengthening at left-back. In his first full season in senior football, Carreras has provided 4 assists and scored 3 goals in 30 appearances across all competitions. His combative style would make him an excellent signing for Slot. It has been widely claimed that Carreras has a £42 million release clause in his Benfica contract. That would be an excellent investment for a player who has plenty of room for development and could be Liverpool's left-back for the next 10 years. However, United are reported to have the option to bring the Spain under-21 international back to Old Trafford for a measly £16.8 million. With Ruben Amorim desperate for additions at left wing-back, Liverpool may need to be quick if they want to complete a deal for Carreras. The Reds have been extremely patient with their transfer business over the past few seasons. Minor tweaks to the first-team squad have been prioritized over major overhauls. But this could be the right time to land Carreras, with United also sniffing around their former academy player. Liverpool must ensure they do not become complacent and allow their rivals to improve their squads while Slot's options grow weaker.